Good morning. Merry fourth day of Christmas, blessed Kwanzaa, and happy almost New Year. My name is Tristan Korneman, today's service associate. I'm here with Reverend Tim Barger, our senior minister. Jeffrey Maxey, our music director, is at the piano today, and our first Unitarian choir is here as well. Today's tech crew is led by Jeff and Andy. We have many more volunteers helping too, with greeters in the lobby, religious education helpers for today's RE activities, and we have a crew preparing for coffee hour and today, a potluck led by Carla Logan Mercer, our kitchen committee coordinator. The only doctrine of our church is love, the power that holds us together and is at the center of our shared values. We welcome everyone as we sang in our opening song. If you are a visitor, you may notice in the pew rack in front of you a yellow card that helps us to know that we have new seekers here. So please fill that out. We also welcome you who are joining us on our Toledo Unitarians YouTube channel. We hope this time serves your spirit.
Hi, I'm Reverend Tim, and let me add to Tristan's welcome. I want to give you caution about myself today, not self-diagnosing, but this cough that I have, I am calling bronchitis. I don't believe that it is contagious, but we are removed, and I've been working on this for a week and coughing a lot, so please bear with me if I go into some rack of coughing. The flame of the chalice that we light in our gatherings symbolizes courage and illumination and honors our search for truth and meaning. Let's all say the words for chalice lighting together. They're on the screen and in our order of service as Tristan lights the flame. Our chalice has the spirit of Unitarian Universalism. We light it centered in love. May it glow with sacredness and shine for each and for all. And let's continue reciting together with Tristan leading us in the covenant of our congregation. This is not a creed, but what we share with general agreement.
Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Now, please join us in for some congregational singing, hymn 1064 in the teal hymnal, Blue Boat Home. For you who are willing and able, please stand. At this time, I would like to invite our younger congregants to join me on these steps. Any takers? All right. Excellent. And the young at heart as well. All right, good morning. There we go. All right. Alrighty, so now it is late December, a time when we think about the past year and the year ahead. It's common to make New Year's resolutions. You've all heard of that. This year, I will be more organized. I will exercise more. I will watch less TV. They're all great plans in theory, but New Year's resolutions are notorious for dying a quick death in January. And it's easy to see why. Resolutions feel like assignments. They're often unrealistic, and they can feel shamey, like we have a moral obligation to improve ourselves in traditional, measurable ways. A UU religious educator named Tim Atkins has proposed a different idea. Instead of New Year's resolutions, a single word. One word to be the theme of our lives for the new year. The one word that can be a motto, a mantra, to hold us to our best selves during the new year. It's a word that will be different for each of us. And when we're questioning what's the right thing to do, when we're at loose ends, when we can look to our word of the year for guidance. Our word for the year can feel more inspiring and can treat us more tenderly than our resolutions for the year. What kind of word would work for you? Would it be concrete, aspirational, abstract? Your word could have practical applications to your life. For example, instead of resolving to be more organized, maybe your word could be simplify. Acquire fewer things. Give more things away. Simplify is not work. It's releasing ourselves from work. Or your word could be something more emotional. If, for example, you wanted to reduce your TV time, maybe your word could be explore. Turn your mind to previously uncharted waters. This idea isn't necessarily about exploring new hobbies, although it could be. But you can also explore without consuming mental energy. How long can you sit nose to nose with your dog? What will you find if you move through the length and breadth of your backyard? Would you enjoy a mandala coloring book? Or your word could be something audacious. In 2024, Tim Atkins' word was fabulous. Fabulous. We can aspire to fabulous. I'm already there. We can be fabulous. If you have the capability to bring fabulous to the world, then do it. We need it. If you were to choose a word for the year, what would that word be? What do you need this year? Money. What can you do? What can you do without? Whether or not you choose a word for the new year and whatever the coming year holds, may we bring our best selves, may we find contentment, and may we cause good trouble. Blessed be, and bring on 2026, I say.
In this first of 3 intentional times of spiritual practice in our Sunday gatherings, we look beyond ourselves, considering celebrations and sorrows and the state of things. I say intentional because I hope that for many of you, the entire Sunday service is filled with opportunities for spiritual practice. But the intentional ones are for us all to share in community. Join me for a time of having our spirit open to what is beyond ourselves. It's that post-Christmas, pre-New Year time of waiting for many of us, whether as a time of preparing for a next bacchanal or closing out a year while getting ready for the next one. Other people among us have turned their attention to observing African heritage with Kwanzaa, celebrating people and culture and ideas and knowledge, continuing to be in community. And speaking of community, I'm grateful that a week ago we had a unity service with Greater New Psalmist Church, and I hope it's a beginning to continuing work together to build beloved community by at least having beloved adjoining campuses. The holidays continue, and we can hope for good in the new year. I repeat pretty much the same words every week for this part of Beyond Ourselves. Whether you think of it as the state of life today, or a familiar reminder with some sacredness and prayer-like spirituality, please hear the call for kindness, compassion, and personal peace. There are people in our circles who with their family and friends have challenges of life and death, including hospice to help die with dignity. People in our circles also have challenges of health and illness. That's physical health, mental health, emotional health, and many other kinds of healthiness. And all of this we know can bring unexpected complications, pain, and more professional attention. We have times of being at home and traveling, knowing financial security and anxiety-laden monetary stress. Decisions are being made by ourselves and by others on how we can live our best lives, which sometimes means aspiring to that, not having an easy way to get from here to there, and realizing we have moves yet to make to reach aims and goals. And individual and family ways go on with new lives born and many other joys and celebrations. We all have bad days and good. May kindness and gentleness be with us. May we be compassionate to all, as we don't know what other people are going through. So treat one another well, and may we be glad for their celebrations and ours. Let's continue to have First Unitarian be a place of welcome, of grace, even of refuge from hard times, and that in this liberal religious community we can help one another, care for ourselves, and have our part in changing the world. Let's look for and take part in the good wherever we can find it. Please share mercy and dignity, and remember to breathe. That natural action can be spiritual. One reason we join in religious gatherings is to realize common links. We know that the uncommon is here too. Let's be together in faith, hope, and love. Amen.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne? For lang syne, my dear, for lang syne, Sein. Vorling sein, mein dear, vorling sein. We'll take a cup of kindness shed for all sign.
For our spiritual practice of meditation, contemplation, and prayer, let's turn inward. I bring for all of us words by Unitarian Universalist minister Victoria Safford, The Moment of Magic. If you've been following our services closely, you might have detected that this reading was scheduled for our Unity service at Greater New Psalmist Church last week on the day of the winter solstice. But because of time factors, we didn't use it. This is a seasonal reading, and certainly it still applies. After the reading, we will observe 1 minute of silence, only hearing the sounds around us. And after that full minute, we'll sing together Spirit of Life, which is the most sung hymn in Unitarian Universalist churches. Now is the moment of magic, when the whole round earth turns again toward the sun. And here's a blessing. The days will be longer and brighter now, even before the winter settles in to chill us. Now is the moment of magic, when people beaten down and broken, with nothing left but misery and candles and their own clear voices, kindle tiny lights and whisper secret music. And here's a blessing. The dark universe is suddenly illuminated by the lights of the menorah, suddenly ablaze with the lights of the Kinara, and the whole world is glad and loud with winter singing. Now is the moment of magic, when an eastern star beckons the ignorant toward an unknown goal, and here's a blessing. They find nothing in the end but an ordinary baby, born at midnight, born in poverty, and the baby's cry, like bells ringing, makes people wonder as they wander through their lives what human love might really look like, sound like, feel like. Now is the moment of magic, and here's a blessing. We already possess all the gifts we need. We've already received our presents. Ears to hear music, eyes to behold lights, hands to build true peace on earth, and to hold each other tight in love. 1 minute of silence.
Alrighty. What if you got what you wanted? The deeper question is, why do you want it? What if you really got what you wanted?
What did you get? For school-age kids, that was the big question after the winter break. Some of the toys might not have lasted, and you'd be wearing the clothes you got as gifts. But what did you get was a gauge of whether the holiday was good to you. It also demonstrated how you leveled up in growing up in some ways. Was this the year you got a real item rather than a toy, such as a musical instrument, a tool, acknowledgement that you could be responsible? It also showed some disparity in comfort or wealth, as there were the kids who traveled and the ones whose families stayed home, the families that had good gifts, the children from big families that didn't get the quantity, let's say, of presents that some classmates enjoyed. That's part of how we learned that people and families are different, but we're all together here in life. And at that time in our lives, one person's skateboard was just as good as another person's family trip to Disney World. We hadn't determined the rules yet of haves and have-nots, designer labels over Sears and Pennies, need over want. Christmas presents were all this extra stuff, thanks to Santa and parents and other relatives, including siblings. And good friends shared their holiday hauls, didn't they? Of course, there really were some in our circles who ascribed motive to gift giving and receiving presents even at a young age. The people who had seeming insight even in grade school. I wasn't among those. My innocent ways continued long past the time I should have known better and been life aware, but that's another story. What did you get is more of a touchy question as an adult, isn't it? Some people might ask, what did you get in a different form? If you had a good Christmas, meaning materially rather than joyous. And there are people who hope that your answer might show some aspect on which to grade you, which is not the right way to be in relationship. And then there are those of us who have de-emphasized the gift aspect of holiday celebrations. For some, why wait until a formal time to give a gift? Make it a treat anytime instead. For others, we show our love in other less material ways and maybe make the few times when we do give a present more special. So what did you get might not have a meaningful answer when the Christmas present isn't particularly special, but the good gift comes at another time. And what did you get can become not just a gift report, but a life question. Last week, I gave a sermon titled, What Do You Want? I addressed the stock answer, world peace, as a nice thought, But if we could make something happen just by wanting it, lottery jackpots wouldn't be so high because we'd win them every week. What do you want doesn't always mean we'll get it, I said. But family and church and our own ambitions can help to guide, to support, to console, whether we get what we want or we don't. Then there's after the want, which is today's question. What did you get? Last week, Bishop Brian Hall's response to my words were what Tristan quoted today. What if you got what you wanted? The deeper question is, why do you want it? What if you really got what you wanted? That gets to the life question. It's not just getting the answer of what gifts you might have received at present giving time, but in your life. Can you handle what you've been thinking that you want? What would be the effect of your desires being open to you? Your being here in a Unitarian Universalist church helps that, I think. Having some religious grounding, not in a they say way, but as a result of your free and responsible search for truth and meaning. You have ethics and relationships to help you deal with getting what you really want. That really might be why we have positivity about Unitarian Universalists being open to individual and social ways of building authentic selves, welcoming sex and gender ways that others don't understand and therefore oppose, while we say, in the manner of the Wiccan Rede, if you're not harming others or yourself, be among us, not in a closet. We're a safe place for you to be asking, why do you want it? And here's how I can live it. And we appreciate the mind more than the money, I think. Though we're deeply appreciative of the people among us who have the means to support this church financially with significant giving, for that's the only way we really continue. But in appreciating the mind, we have that seeking and sometimes finding mentality of religion being exploration and spirit being a journey. The aspects that make religion live, right? What if you got what you really wanted? Prepare yourself for that by being in community, in relationship. And sometimes, no matter how well you prepare yourself, you're not able to make what you want happen in the way or time you expect. As evidence, I've had a few careers with returns to school. I found in my life path that ministry is rewarding and seems to fit me. But there are still pursuits ahead of me that I might try in retirement, however far down the line that will be. And I know that some dreams have been abandoned because of my own changes, for my better health in the world, or just with better self-knowledge. If you have discomfort in how you've been living, consider ways that change could happen for you. Not necessarily a move into ministry like mine was, but how life seems to call you. Live a good life. Be honest to yourself, to your loved ones. See what you get. So be it, and blessed be.
At this time, for the offering, we will pass the baskets here in the sanctuary. All of you, including our YouTube viewers, can also donate electronically or by mail. Thank you for being generous and helping Unitarian Universalism to thrive in Toledo. For more congregational singing, let's sing number 1007, There's a River Flowing in My Soul.
It's the coming soon part of our gathering where we tell you what's scheduled for next Sunday, we give some announcements, and we also let you know what's up for right after we leave the sanctuary. Next Sunday, join us for a spiritual forum in Fellowship Hall at 9:45 a.m. for Surviving a Desert Island. It's an exercise of collaboration in figuring out how to survive being stranded on a desert island.
For the 11 a.m. gathering next Sunday, Reverend Tim will have a beginning of the calendar year service on predictions titled Oracles, Horoscopes, Feelings, and Hunches.
And it's time for Mystery Friends. It's been a few years since we've had this program linking kids in our religious education program with churchgoers in our congregation, giving a one-to-one correspondence. The child won't know the identity of their mystery friend, but in a pen pal kind of way, the two of you can develop a church friend relationship. There are more details, of course, but this is the premise. If you would like to participate, please let our Director of Lifelong Learning, Jenny Gottman, know by this coming Sunday, January 4th.
Something special is coming up here on Saturday, January 24th from 4 to 7. Our Snowball, a dance with tunes supplied by a DJ. Suggested dress is semi-formal. There's a $5 admission fee, which includes food and most drinks. Tickets for beer and wine will be available for an extra charge. There's also a need for volunteers, including someone to put together a raffle basket. For more information or to volunteer, see our Amelia Bickerstaff.
Comment, the date on the slide was wrong.
Oh.
It had this coming Saturday on it.
Well, we cannot fix the slide right now, but we know that it is the 24th of January. And the final coming soon entry is for me to invite you to join us in Fellowship Hall after today's service for coffee, conversation, social time, a potluck, And after that, the monthly community game day of board games and other visiting. Now let's have one more observance of spiritual practice. We have gone beyond ourselves with the pastoral time and turned within for meditation, contemplation, and prayer. Now, recognizing the Buddhist thread in our congregation, we will share a time of metta, having for and sending to all beings love, kindness, and compassion. We also have pagans among us, so we will follow that with the Wiccan Rede. Let's recite those together. May I, may we, and may all beings be well, be happy, be peaceful, be safe, awaken to the light of our true nature, and be free. And ye harm none, do what ye will. And now please join me in saying the words on the screen while Tristan extinguishes the chalice. We send the flame from our Unitarian Universalist chalice with the love on which we center everything to fire up the world and spread equity, generosity, interdependence, justice, pluralism, and transformation. Today's church service has ended, but not our service in the world. Let's go out and, by living our values centered in love, do what we can to make a difference and build beloved community. Merry meet, merry part, and blessed be.
Go